First look at AOSP extended official ROM based on Android 11 running on the Xiaomi POCO F1. Hey peeps, what's up? Munchie here, back with another video, and let us have our first look at AOSP extended official ROM, version being 8.0 based on Android 11 running on the Xiaomi POCO F1. Security patch March 2021. Build March 26th. The kernel they are using is Shiva's no-name kernel. AC Linux of course is set as enforcing. Next up, let us check for safety net. Now of course my device is not rooted. I have only installed Magisk Manager to check for safety net. Safety net is passing out of the box. Go into the Play Store. We can go into the settings. Here it is, Play Protect certification. Device is certified. You should be able to use your banking apps without any issues. Next thing, Bubbles work like a boss along with Android 11 Easter egg cat game. Important thing to note over here, WhatsApp does not support Bubbles right now, and I am using Nix G apps on top of this, which is why I do have Pixel Launcher. The ROM, which is the vanilla build, does come with Quick Step Launcher out of the box. Next up, this is how the build is. Let us have a look at the volume panel. Here it is. Volume panel, you have the button on top to switch between the different ringer modes, and this button here is to enable or disable live caption. Then we can have a look at the recents. Here it is. Everything is smooth, no jitters and no lags. Then we can also check for select. Here it is. Select works like a boss, no errors. Screenshot, bam, screenshot taken. Tap on share, quick share menu in the building, press and hold on any application and you can pin it to your quick share menu. Other than that, when you take a screenshot, you have the option of edit, delete, and you also have the option of scrolling in case you want to. Now, an important thing to note over here is that scroll won't work when you use the option from your menu. So right now, let us say I take a screenshot from here using this option, and if I go to scroll, then if I say tap here so that it scrolls, right, the screenshot doesn't come out pretty good. So for you to use the scroll feature, you have to use the volume button combination. So volume down, power button, and screenshot taken, tap on long screenshot and tap on long screenshot one more time, and you should be able to continue taking your long screenshots without any errors or any issues. Next thing we can have a look at is the Google feed. So here it is, no jitters and no lags in the Google feed either. And hey Google, are you awake? As you can see, hey Google works with the screen turned on. Let us turn the screen off. Hey Google, are you awake? And as you can see, hey Google works with the screen turned off as well. And yes, the build does come with face unlock out of the box. It works like a boss, and it works for app lock as well. Next up, let us have a look at the quick setting tiles, but before that, as you can see, you do have the blur and zoom effect working without any issues. So here are your quick setting tiles which are available. You do have FPS info, you have a quick setting tile for always on display as well, CPU info, caffeine, ambient. Tap on the edit icon, and here are the other quick setting tiles which you can add. So you have heads up, accent colors, volume panel. OMG, yes, you do have a big list of quick setting tiles which are available. Tap on the three dot menu on the top right. You can change the number of columns in portrait and in landscape mode, and you can also change the number of quick bar columns. Unfortunately, you cannot change the number of rows. Next thing we can check for is if there is any lag when you use Android 11 screen recorder, which does let you record device audio and microphone at the same time. So screen recording has started. Let us check if there is any lag in the UI, and I think I do see some jitter. Yes, I do see a little bit of jitter when you are using the screen recorder. So that is an issue with this build right now. And of course, once you're done with the screen recording, you can choose to share it. And yes, you do have the option of history. And before you ask me, Yes, you also have dual line status bar on the left hand side. You have to enable it in the settings. Next up, let us go into settings, network and internet. Tap on the Wi-Fi name. Tap on the Wi-Fi name one more time. You have the option to disconnect, and you have the option to auto connect on a per Wi-Fi basis. Then we can go into apps and notifications, see all apps, and let us choose, say, the camera application. Go into permissions. So camera, three different options for the permissions, and you also have a toggle to remove the permissions if the application is not used for some time. Next up, let us go into mobile data and Wi-Fi. So yes, you do have per app network isolation, so you can choose whether this application has access to Wi-Fi data, cellular data, background data, VPN data, or if you want unrestricted data usage, you have a toggle for that as well. Priority conversations are present, work without any issues. Go into notifications. You can of course enable your notification history, and we already checked that Bubbles works without any issues. Next up, we can head over to extensions. So this is where you have customizations from AOSP extended. First up is status bar customization, and then we have battery settings. So you can choose your battery style. You have icon, portrait, circle, circle, dotted, filled, text, and hidden. Then if you are using, say, circle, you have the option of your battery percentage. Where do you want it? Hidden inside the icon or next to the icon. Then in case you want the battery bar, you have three different options: hide, status bar top, and status bar bottom. And once you enable it, you can of course change the color on the battery bar and blend the colors. Battery bar thickness can also be defined, and all these options are working without any issues. Next up, if you go back, you have carrier label. So you can choose where you want the carrier label. Do you want it disabled, or you want it on the lock screen? In case you want to have a custom carrier label, you have the option for that as well. Then we have clock settings, a toggle to enable or disable clock and date. Do you want to see the AM PM in small font size, normal font size, or do you want to turn it off? Then in case you want to see the date, you have three different options: don't show, small font size, and normal font size. And then you can choose the style, the date format you're looking for, and where do you want it, left of time or right of time. Then you have customization for what all icons you want to see in your status bar. You have toggles for all the options which you see on your screen. Then traffic indicators are there, three different options: disabled, in the status bar, or in the expanded header. You can configure your activity type. Do you want to see the arrows? And you can change the threshold along with the font size as well. Then display cutout settings are also present, three different options for your notch: normal, which is right now it is in normal mode; then immersive mode, this is wherein your time and the status bar is black, here it is on your screen right now; and hide, wherein everything shifts down a little. It does take some time for the UI to refresh, but it does work without any issues. Here it is, immersive mode, one more time. And then an important thing to note with immersive mode is that the corners are not rounded right now. Then you have a toggle for stock status bar height, and in case you want to override apps in full screen mode, you have the option for that as well. Then in miscellaneous extensions, you have a toggle for AEX logo in case you want to see the AEX logo. If you want to see the data disabled icon, you have a toggle for that. Toggles for 4G icon, volt, roaming indicator, and small mobile type icon. Then for your gestures for the status bar, you have double tap to put the device to sleep. Let us use the face unlock one more time. Works without any issues. Then brightness control by sliding across the status bar. You have a toggle for that as well. As you can see, it works without any issues. Let me increase the brightness a little bit, or let us go with automatic brightness, increase it some more. Here it is, better. Then you can change the rounded corners. Either you can use framework values, or if you do not like the framework values, then you can choose them on your own by disabling this toggle and using the slider over here. Then dual line status bar is there. Once you enable this toggle, restart your device and it should work without any issues. Next up, we have customization for your quick setting panel. Go into notifications. In case you want to see a kill app button, you have a toggle for that. Customization for your heads up notifications. Then in case you want to make heads up notifications less annoying, you have a toggle for that. And then you have in call vibration options, which include vibrate on connect, vibrate on call waiting, and vibrate on disconnect. Next up, we have quick settings customization. So in case you want vibrate on touch, when you touch the quick setting icons, you have a toggle for that. Disable quick settings when the device is locked, toggle for that. In case you want to disable the edit icon, do you want to see the running services icon? So this here is the running services icon which they were talking about. Once you enable it, you should see that quick setting pull down. So for me, swipe from the right hand side expanded, swipe from the left, it is not expanded. Then toggle for quick setting footer warnings, smart pull down is there. Then you also have a brightness slider customization for your quick settings. Do you want to see the brightness slider? Do you want to see the adaptive brightness button? And do you want to see the brightness control buttons? And these are the options which they're talking about on the top. In case you want to move it to the bottom, enable this toggle and bam, here it is. You can see the options move to the bottom. Then you can change the animations for your quick setting tiles. So my style is set as rotate. You have no animation, flip and rotate. What is the duration of the animation? And interpolator effect is set as bounce. Let us give that a try. Bluetooth, here it is, rotate, bounce effect, slow motion, and works without any issues. Then you have customization for your navigation. So navigation bar, enable or disable the on-screen navigation bar. This of course will work if you're using the 3 button. Go into system navigation, two different options, full screen navigation or the 3 button. Go into settings for full screen. You can configure the sensitivity for the left and the right edge. Then you can configure the back height for the left and right edge as well. In case you want to see the arrow keys while typing, you have a toggle for that as well. Moving over to lock screen, you can change the left and the right shortcut. Let us say left is Wi-Fi and right is launch drive. Let us now lock our device, and as you can see, Wi-Fi and drive are there. Then we have customization for the lock screen UI. So you have a toggle for fingerprint authentication vibration, and lock screen charging info is present. Double tap on the lock screen to sleep, double tap to wake on doze. Then you have a toggle for media art blur level, and yes, you do have the music visualizer as well, along with multiple customizations for that, and it works absolutely fine. Moving over to system, so you have customization for your battery light in case you want to do that. Then you have customization for the theme. So you have multiple theme options: light, dark, extended, black and elegant. You can set schedule for your themes. Accent colors are present, multiple options. Icon shapes are also present. Status bar icon style is present. What is the settings dashboard icon you want to see? So right now I am using the tinted style, and these are the icons which we are talking about. Let us go back into extensions, system, customization, and change this to say plain. Now if we go back, you will see the icons have now changed to the plain style. Then going back into customization, you can change your quick setting tile style, and you also have different fonts which are available. You have LG's font, OnePlus fonts, and Google Sans is also present along with Pixel font and Roboto. Then you can change your lock screen clock style. You have different options: default, default bold, analog, bubble, Samsung and typographic. You can of course access these from your home screen as well. If you go into styles and wallpapers, go into clock, bam, here are the different options. You can see your grid style and change that as well. Go into wallpaper, you have the curated culture wallpaper as well, along with the Star Wars exclusive Mandalorian wallpapers. All of these are baked into this ROM. Moving over to buttons, you can customize the power menu as to what all options you want to see in the power menu. You have toggles for all of those. Then long press for torch, option for that. In case you want to switch the volume panel to the left, you want to use your volume rockers for music control, swap the volume buttons when the screen is rotated, volume button wake, keyboard cursor control. So these are all the customizations which you can do with your volume rockers. Moving over to general tweaks, you have toggles for toast tap icon, charging animation, and 3-finger screenshot is present. Give it a try. Bam, here it is. 3-finger screenshot works like a boss. Then you have gaming mode, a master toggle to enable or disable gaming mode. Then block notifications while you are in gaming mode, disable automatic brightness. What do you want to do with the ringer while you are in gaming mode? Do you want a gaming mode indication or not, and what style of indication do you want? Then in case you want to enable apex mode, adaptive frame rate, and dynamic mode, you have toggles for all of those, and you can of course pause and read what all of these options do in case you are interested. Next up we have battery. So in battery you do have battery saver. You can set a schedule for your battery saver based on your routine or based on the percentage. Then you have a toggle to turn off battery saver when the device is charged to 90%. Adaptive battery is present along with last full charge, screen usage since last full charge, and battery temperature. Moving over to display, you do have brightness level along with night light and adaptive brightness. Live display, you won't see any options because the ROM does have KCAL support. We'll cover that later in this video. Then going to wallpaper, you can choose between different apps which you want to use. We already covered the styles and wallpapers application. However, if you want to use the AEX papers application, feel free to use that as well. They do have some pretty great wallpapers in that application. Then you can configure your screen timeout. Screen attention is present, and of course it is going to use the front camera and it works without any issues. Then you can change the colors between natural, boosted, saturated, and adaptive. Use whatever you want to. Then going to lock screen, you can configure the notifications. After face unlock, you want to skip the lock screen, you have a toggle for that. You can add text on the lock screen, now playing is broken. In case you want to enable always on display, you have a toggle for that as well. Do note, AOD will result in extra battery drain. Then wake screen for new notifications, and then you also have double tap to wake, wake on plug, and pocket mode, along with the option to change the font size, the display size, and the DPI. Moving over to sound, you can link and delink your link and notification volumes. In case you want increasing ring volume, you have a toggle for that. Once you enable that, you have start and ramp up time. Then you can set different ringtones for both the SIMs, toggles for all the options, along with a toggle to enable or disable the screenshot sound, and yes, Dirac sound enhancer is baked into the ROM. Moving over to security, you have IR face unlock, works without any issues. You have app lock, which works with your pen, fingerprint, or face unlock. Use whatever you feel like using with your application lock. Moving over to system, so herein we have Mi extras, KCAL in the building, different color profiles, adapt, adapt cool, adapt default, enhance, or standard. Use whatever you like. Once you enable KCAL, you can change the RGBs, and you can also change the saturation, contrast, hue, and I think this is an issue where they mention value. It should be something else. So that is a small issue in the build. Then you can boost your framework configuration in case you want to. You have toggles for all the options which you see on your screen right now. Go into system tweaks. You can change your performance profile. These are the different options for the performance profile. Then what is the thermal profile you're looking for? Here are the different options. Going to screen off profile, different options for that as well, and different options for your idle profile as well. Then magic in the building, per app profiles are also present. Let us select AEX papers. Now I can choose the performance profile, thermal profile, screen brightness for this application. I can choose that. In case you want to enable reader mode, do you want to pin this application, do you want to run it in the background or not, Do you want it to require GMS, allow it in stamina mode, block it in the background, block while the device is idle? You have toggles and multiple options for all of these. So this is something which is really very impressive. Then what are the power saving tweaks you are looking for? Do you want extreme mode, block always, hide idle from GMS, unrestricted network, or aggressive idle? So a bunch of different options to save your battery, or in case you want extreme performance out of your device, you have all those options. Then you can change your SE Linux. Right now it is set as enforcing, and you can change it to permissive once you disable this toggle. And in case you want it to persist across reboots, you have a toggle for that as well. Next thing we can check for is the Google Photos application. So let me open the Photos application, try to edit this picture to see if we have the portrait light feature or not. So let us go into adjust, and right now we do not have that feature. Let us try to edit the picture one more time, wait for this bar to finish loading. Once that is done, go into adjust, bam, portrait light in the building works without any issues. In terms of YouTube media playback, everything works absolutely fine. Picture in picture works, and for picture in picture to work, you do need to have either YouTube Premium, or you need to be in a specific country in case you do not want to pay for YouTube Premium. Live caption also works. Now we are not going to waste that time and check for Prime Video HD because that has been broken on the Poco F1 for ages. In terms of app opening animations, as you can see, there are no jitters and no lags. The only issue which I notice sometimes is the wallpaper blur and zoom effect is a bit janky. It happens sometimes. Then Google Feed, again, no jitters and no lags with that respect either. Recents, here it is, everything is pretty fast and pretty smooth. So all in all, a good build. The only issue which I noticed personally is that the UI is a bit laggy when you start the screen recorder. However, it might be due to the profile which I am running, or it might be a ROM side issue. We'll have to wait and see. So in case any of you have that issue that the UI is laggy when you access the screen recorder, do let me know via comments below. And other than that, everything is good. There isn't any excessive battery drain either. And there it is, peeps. That was our first look at AOSP extended version 8.0, the official build based on Android 11 running on the Xiaomi Poco F1. And that will do it for this video. Hope my video helped you. Likes, shares and subscribes are appreciated. Feedback and comment more than welcome. See you when I see you.